POV. You win the 500 million lottery. Congratulations. You just won 500 million. At least that's what the billboard says. You're sitting in your car outside a gas station in rural Ohio. The winning numbers are glowing on your phone screen. You check them once, twice, 5 times, 10 times. Your hands won't stop shaking. For 34 years you've worried about money. Rent, bills, credit cards, student loans, unexpected repairs. Now, in the space of a few numbers, all of that is gone. Or so you think. The first week feels like a dream. Lawyers, financial advisors, private meetings, documents with more zeros than you've ever seen in your life. You learn quickly that winning the lottery isn't like becoming rich. It's like becoming visible. Everybody suddenly wants something. The government wants taxes. Banks want your business. Investment firms want your signature. Reporters want your story. And people you haven't spoken to in 20 years suddenly remember your birthday. Your lawyer tells you something important. Money doesn't solve problems. It changes them. At the time, you think he's being dramatic. 6 months later, you realize he wasn't. You buy a beautiful house overlooking a lake. The kind of house you used to slow down and stare at while driving by. 5 bedrooms. Private dock. Floor-to-ceiling windows. The first night there, you sit alone in the living room. The house is silent. You expected excitement. Instead, you feel strangely empty. Because nobody is there to celebrate with you. Your mother is happy. Your sister is happy. Your friends are happy. But they're happy because of what happened to you. Not because of who you are. And for the first time in your life, you start wondering if people see a person when they look at you. Or just a number. The requests begin slowly. A cousin needs help with medical bills. A friend wants funding for a business. A former classmate is facing foreclosure. Some stories are genuine. Some are lies. Most exist somewhere in between. At first you say yes. Then yes again. Then yes again. Because saying yes feels good. You can change lives now. You can solve problems with a signature. It's addictive. But eventually you realize something impossible. There are more people who need help than there is money in the world. And every time you help one person, another 10 appear. You become cautious. People become angry. The same people who once called you generous now call you selfish. The same people who once praised you now question your character. You stop checking social media. You stop answering unknown numbers. You start locking gates that never needed locks before. Then one day, something unexpected happens. You meet a woman at a coffee shop. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't care. She laughs at your terrible jokes. She argues with you about books. She teases you for ordering the same drink every morning. For the first time since the win, you feel normal. Not rich. Not lucky. Not famous. Just normal. You don't tell her about the money. Not at first. Then weeks become months. Months become a year. And eventually she finds out. Not from you. From the internet. The look on her face hurts more than you expected. Not because she's angry. Because she's disappointed. She asks why you hid it. You tell her the truth. Because the money changed everybody. Because you were afraid it would change her too. She sits quietly for a long time. Then she says something you'll never forget. The money didn't change everybody. You look confused. She smiles sadly. It changed you first. That sentence follows you for years. Because deep down, you know she's right. You became suspicious. Guarded. Defensive. You built walls before anyone else had the chance. The relationship ends. Not dramatically. Not angrily. Just quietly. Like a light being turned off. Years pass. You invest carefully. You avoid the mistakes most winners make. Your fortune grows. The newspapers occasionally run stories about bankrupt lottery winners. You never become one of them. Financially, you're successful. Emotionally, you're harder to measure. Then one summer afternoon, nearly 20 years after the win, you're sitting on your back porch. The lake is calm. The air is warm. A young boy rides his bicycle down the road. His father follows behind him, laughing. The sound carries across the water. You watch them disappear around the corner. And suddenly you understand something. You spent 20 years protecting your money. But nobody ever taught you how to protect your life. You won the lottery. You kept the fortune. You avoided the scams. You beat the odds. And yet the thing you wanted most wasn't in any bank account. It never was. As the sun begins to set, your phone buzzes. It's your sister. She wants to know if you're coming to your nephew's graduation next month. You stare at the message for a long time. Then you smile. A real smile. Not because of the money. Because for the first time in years, someone isn't asking for anything. They're simply asking if you'll be there. And somehow, after everything, that feels worth more than 500 million.